Hey everyone, Slick4Tech here. In today's video we have the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, and this is the Exynos variant from the UK, and we will be testing out DamonPS2 Pro with PS2 Games, which I've downloaded. Now before I start, I wanted to mention that this is the DamonPS2 Pro, the one I paid for from the Google Play Store. So if you want it, you need to pay for it yourself from the Google Play Store. I do not have any hacked versions and stuff. But if you can't find it on the Google Play Store, you're struggling, feel free to go to slick4tech.com/downloads, which is right here, and it's basically all of my download links, like to the Google Play Store. And of course, if you want to know how to play PS2 games on your phone, there's a video for that on my channel too. Don't forget you need the BIOS for DamonPS2 Pro. That's also mentioned in my tutorial video on how to play PS2 games. Graphics is set to 2x PS2 resolution. Let's get started. First game is Alpine Racer. So sound effects seem to be having some kind of problem. This isn't exactly how it should sound, because there's lots of audio cutting happening. But in general, the gaming performance is pretty smooth, which is pretty surprising. Sorry. Let's go and jump and see what happens. As you can see, audio is having a very difficult problem. Castlevania. Yeah, it's pretty smooth again. Got some frame drops, but nothing too serious. Pretty impressed actually. Exynos is normally struggling at emulating games, but DamonPS2 Pro seems to be running alright on it. Very smooth. Next one is Castlevania again. This is a different game. This is called, I think, Curse of Darkness or Laments of Darkness or something. So as you can see, it's showing 60 FPS and there is no lag. Unfortunately, it does make these sounds, but again, if you want, you can use your gamepad controller with this. So, I would prefer doing that. In general, completely smooth, completely playable. It did drop to 52 FPS, but in general, it's all right. Now, Dragon Ball Z is the next game. Now as you can see, this has lots of lag since this Exynos processor can't play this as well. So I wouldn't recommend this game, unfortunately. On PS2 at least. You can play the GameCube version and the Wii version, much smoother than this. Dynasty Warriors 5. Now, if your game is struggling in any way, don't worry too much. There are ways you can improve it, and one way is going to game parameter settings here, and going to best compatible, and save, exit, and continue. It can improve lots of games. I've done it before and it does work. Final Fantasy X. I'm sure you guys remember these cutscenes, if you've played this game, that is. And you can see it's showing it perfectly smooth, so cutscenes are no problem, thankfully. In general, it is showing 60 FPS and there's barely any frame drops. So that's a good thing. This game is playable. Fullmetal Alchemist. 2. So we're getting 40 FPS, it's showing. It's not the most accurate thing. So again, not completely smooth unfortunately, but you can go best compatible, save, and it might help it. If you want faster frame rate, just go fastest frame rate, okay, save and continue, and as you can see we can now run around faster. So that's all good. God hand. If you want to play fast frame rate, you're gonna have to deal with these lines on the screen, unfortunately, which is a very big problem because it ruins the whole graphics of this. But if you don't want that, you could just go game best compatible and save. As you can see, it's gone now, but also we now have a lower frame rate. Now God of War. Again, game, fastest frame rate, continue, save, exit, continue. That's much better, it seems smoother now because of the faster frame rate. Still, I wouldn't recommend it. Not as smooth as you would want it to be. God of War 2 is the next game. So I don't like the graphics for this game unfortunately, and it's not very smooth either, so you can play around with the settings, but honestly the graphics don't really change for it. The Incredible Hulk. Now this game has been playable on most phones I've tested, so this is a good game to download and I would recommend it. And I'm gonna just say fastest frame rate. So as you can see, we're just flying around. Let's grab someone. Can we? Where is he? It's pretty cool that you can play this, but still struggling a lot. Kingdom Hearts 2. This game has been playable on even the weakest smartphones I've tested. And as you can see, it's obviously running pretty smooth here too.
It's no use. What? What is this thing?
Cutscenes showing 60 FPS. Well, it seems to be, since there's no lag. Marvel vs. Capcom, this is another game which is very easy to emulate. As you can see, it's like an arcade game, that's why it's so easy to emulate. 60 FPS, no frame drops. I'm gonna move on. Want to go for as many games as possible. Monster Hunter 2, another game which is very well optimized for the DamonPS2. As you can see, 60 FPS, no frame drops, even when I'm fighting. But this is a Japanese version, so you need to find the European version yourself. Next game is Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. So this seems to have some kind of bug where it's pushing me in one corner. I can't move. Not smooth in general anyway. It's showing 35 FPS, but this is definitely like 20 or 18. Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles. Again, this game is another game which is difficult to emulate, unfortunately. And you can try changing the game parameter settings, but honestly I don't think it's gonna do much. It did improve frame rate. Yep, it did improve it actually, so guess I was wrong. So impressive, Uzumaki Chronicles. It's a shame that white bar is still there for every single game, but not much we can do unfortunately. Okami. Showing 52 FPS, running around is fine. Jumping is completely smooth too. Try a different save state. So yes, this game is completely playable. You can see I'm fighting and it's actually showing 50 FPS. Next is Persona 3. You can see we're getting 40 to 45 FPS, which is pretty good. So that was Persona 3. This is Star Wars 2 Battlefront. Yeah, I just changed it to fastest parameter, it's still way too laggy. And I doubt you can even see anything, it's so dark. For the final game, well it's not the final game, we still have another list to go through as well, but this is Tekken 5. It's been very well optimized by now. So we're gonna have to go game parameter best compatible first. Hopefully it fixed the graphical, but it's slower, which isn't a good thing. And if we go fastest frame rate, we're gonna get the graphical bugs, but you can see we could fight better. Unfortunately, that's how it's going to be. You're going to have to either choose slower performance or the other. You won't be able to choose something in between unless you know the settings and you just mess about with it until you find the perfect one. Now let's exit, and I'm going to try and look at the remaining games we have, since these are the games on I think the SD card, Mortal Kombat Deception. Okay, so for this one you can see it's graphical buggy, we can't play this. We'll go best compatible. If it fixes it, fixes it. Nope. Definitely not. But it would be nice if they fix this. As you can see, we're getting a nice smooth 38 FPS. And it doesn't seem laggy at all. Shadow of the Colossus. This is a very popular game. Surely you could see how laggy that is. Even if we go game parameter and set it to fastest frame rate, doesn't make any difference, unfortunately. Yep, not playable. So hopefully this video was useful. Don't forget to like if you liked the video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe if you want to support my channel, and stay in touch for future videos. Now, I'm not too sure if when the next phone comes I will try and make new videos. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. Thanks again for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.